Welcome back. A sure sign that summer is just around the corner is not only the temperatures that we're seeing coming up, but the fact that the Tim Hortons Ottawa Dragon Boat Festival is coming up, the biggest festival of its kind in the entire world. It's been such a great success on many different levels. John Brooman is the CEO of the festival, joining me here in studio. Welcome. Great to see you.
Thank you, Derek. Great to be back.
Listen, everybody knows about this festival, and I know I ask you every time, but I just think it's amazing how it started and where we are today. Take me back to those first conversations about this festival, John.
Well, it's like going on 30 years now.
Yeah.
And it was a conversation between three local folks here in Ottawa who basically said, yeah, let's go check out this thing that's happening in Vancouver. There's these big long canoes that are paddling out there. They went and checked it out. They came back and did a paper napkin deal and at the Rideau Canoe Club, and the rest is history. They put together that bunch of group of volunteers.
Yeah, and the charity side of it was very important. Let's talk a little bit about that, John, and that beginning and where we are today. I mean, what a great success. You've raised so much money over 30 years.
I mean, from the very get-go, there was a charitable element to it, and then it became, I guess, formalized by creating our foundation, which is separately run in 2003. So those first years, there was funds raised, sort of residual funds, if you will, and that they were given out to various different charities. Now we go through a selection process that's fairly formal, and we've given to over 75 different charities in the city of Ottawa over the years. So it's a great cause, great effort.
Yeah, and it's great. We're just seeing some of the sites here of the festival itself. For people that aren't familiar with what a dragon boat is, I mean, they can see a little bit of it here, but maybe describe it for us.
Well, basically, a dragon boat is a 44-foot long boat that's only about 3 feet wide. So you put 2 people on either side, 22 people. There's a drummer and a steers person, and it's a very different paddle stroke, and you can really get them going so fast, so that they used to be able to pull up water skiers with it. Light water skiers, nonetheless, but they can pull up
That is amazing.
With paddle power. So that was kind of fun.
Amazing. Yeah. You've got a great lineup. I believe you just announced your concert lineup, which, by the way, everyone at home, it's a free concert lineup, which is really exciting for those that are attending. Tell me some of the highlights.
Yeah, I mean, Thursday night we're starting out with Deer Rouge as the headliner. Friday we've got Tim Baker coming in from Hey Rosetta, and Saturday night will be Bedouin Sound Clash. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday we've got free live music down in Mooney's Bay Park. We're trying to keep that going post-COVID. It's a bit of a grind, but we're happy to be back on the free level, and that's gonna be great.
Different divisions. Right? I mean, this is the nice thing I think about the festival, is that you're really competitive and you want to compete against some of the best in the world. That opportunity's there, but if you're, just want to do it for recreation, tell us about the divisions.
Yeah, I mean, it really is truly, we have literally world-class paddlers out there, and really fun to watch some of those really short races, like the 100 meter, for example. It's pretty exciting, pretty fast. It's like, oh my gosh, you can do that with a dragon boat? Wow. Yeah. But from there, you've got all, recreational. It was super corporate team building event for the longest time. It's interesting with COVID now, because people aren't at home, right? People aren't in the office.
Right.
So that's sort of shifting a little bit, but it's really all walks of life, and it's accessible to all. We have a fantastic breast cancer ceremony that we stop everything in the site on the Saturday around noon, and for a commemorative moment for the breast cancer teams and so on, and for survivors. And so it's really accessible to all, and it's free to the public to come on down. There's concessions, there's exhibitors, there's a children's area.
Yeah.
There's a big need for volunteers.
Well, let's talk about what are you looking for? Volunteer opportunities. What's available?
Yeah, I mean, we're 50% there now in the weeks and the events in 3 weeks. So it's it's tight. It's interesting again post-COVID how the whole volunteer piece has shifted, and I know that my colleagues and other festivals and so on are experiencing the same thing. So we're definitely hungry for more volunteers. We need bar servers. If you got your smart serve, come on down.
Good to know. Interesting you mentioned more people working from home, they're doing hybrid and so forth. But I just wonder, John, maybe down the road though, because that's happening, this is even a better opportunity for that corporate team building, right? Because you may not be seeing each other, and here's an opportunity to bring people together.
Absolutely, it is. It's interesting this year. We've got one way of how people are getting together. So the Navy's turning 100. and it's the centennial year. And they've chosen Dragon Boat as kind of the central event, if you will. There's teams coming from all across the country, from all the Navy bases across the country, and participating in Ottawa's festival and creating that. So there's a good example where it's that sort of team building. Let's get everybody together. So here's hoping in the future that the corporate community sees that as a benefit. And interestingly, we are definitely seeing the numbers increase from last year. So we came back and went, oh, what do we have here? What's going on? And now our numbers are up again, and they need to go a little bit more. But
that's why you're here.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
What have you brought along here with you today? This is kind of the elephant or the dragon in the room.
This is the dragon's head that's on the front of every single boat. But this particular dragon head has been with us forever because we do an eye dotting ceremony at the opening ceremony on Friday night, which awakens the dragon. It's a 2,400-year-old tradition to awaken the dragon. And there's, well, you can't see it on that side of the camera, but over here there's this red dot and there's a painting, and we have dignitaries painting the eye and opening. Yeah,
very cool. It's like a Game of Thrones situation is happening at the Dragon. How do people raise funds, and who you're raising funds for this year?
Yeah, this year we're raising funds for Awesome Ottawa, Christie Lake for Kids, helping with furniture, and the Wapoos Foundation. So you can donate online. You can donate to a team. Teams have there's a race on the water, and there's actually a race online where the little boat says money is being donated into the boats or into the teams. The boats move. And that always gets really exciting on the Thursday night when at 10 o'clock is the kind of cutoff time, and we see the boats doing this online, and it's really fun. It's super fun. Yeah.
Registration's fairly easy. Online
registration's on online dragonboat.net, and we'll still be accepting teams for another couple of weeks. So until we have to get our schedules sorted out. But we're, believe it or not, we're on site in 3 weeks. It's crazy.
I know, and it's like, one of the events I look forward to each and every year. Can't wait to come down and cheer on those teams. John, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Derek.
Really appreciate it. The Tim Hortons Ottawa Dragon Boat Festival, June 22nd to the 25th, Mooney's Bay Park, as John just mentioned, dragonboat.net to register. There's still lots of time. We'll be back with more right after this.